Are you absolutely sure the very first thing you do each morning isn't slowly robbing you of precious years? If you're over spy and do this every morning, you could be cutting your life short. Sounds dramatic, right? But recent findings from reputable institutions like the Mayo Clinic, 2023, and the World Health Organization, 2024 update, suggest that a single morning habit could be putting countless seniors at risk. If that doesn't make you pause and reconsider your daily routine, I don't know what will. Now let's dive right in. Do you want to know how much time you really have left once you pass 70? Every single year seems more and more precious, and the truth is that your body is already showing signs, whether subtle or screaming, about how long you may have. Some people in their 70s feel strong, sharp, and full of life. They're out there taking brisk walks, enjoying time with friends, savoring healthy meals, and waking up with a sense of purpose every day. Meanwhile, others start slowing down, grappling with endless health problems, fatigue, and a sinking feeling that things just aren't working like they used to. So what's the difference between these two groups? It's not just good genes or luck. Experts have consistently identified a few key indicators, simple, subtle signs that, if you're paying attention, can give you a glimpse into whether you're set to enjoy vibrant golden years or risk a rapid decline. In this script, we're going to reveal 7 signs that can show how long you may live once you've hit 70. These aren't old wives' tales or guesses. They're based on real patterns discovered by doctors, gerontologists, and researchers who've studied older adults around the globe. By the time you finish reading, you'll be able to pinpoint the exact areas of your life that need a tune-up, and you'll know exactly what steps you can take, starting today, to improve your odds of living a longer, healthier life. Because let's face it, every day counts. And once you're past 70, you can't afford to ignore any hints your body is giving you. Let's get started with that massive culprit we hinted at before, a surprising daily habit that might be cutting your life short. Many seniors immediately reach for a cup of coffee and a pastry or skip breakfast altogether, opting for endless cups of caffeine to jumpstart the day. But here's the problem. A growing body of research, including a study published in the Journal of Gerontology in 2023, suggests that fueling your morning with refined carbs and sugar not only causes your energy to crash by midday, it also contributes to inflammation, weakens your immune system over time, and speeds up age-related decline. Dr. Hannah Miles, a geriatric nutrition expert at the National Institute on Aging, explained in a recent interview, 2024, that older adults who regularly skip balanced breakfasts or rely on sugary pastries and drinks first thing in the morning have a significantly higher risk of cardiovascular issues and metabolic disorders. According to her, this is one of the most overlooked yet crucial aspects of senior health. Now, maybe you're wondering, but I love my sweet treats and I feel just fine. That's understandable. Habits are hard to break. Alice, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Oregon, shared her story. I used to start every day with a donut and black coffee. I figured I'd already earned my treats at my age. It wasn't until my doctor told me my cholesterol had skyrocketed and my blood pressure was through the roof that I realized I was digging myself into an early grave. When she switched to having a small bowl of oatmeal with berries and nuts, plus some eggs for protein, her numbers improved drastically in just a few months. She reported feeling more energetic throughout the day. I never thought changing breakfast could have such an impact, she says, but it truly turned my health around. That's exactly why experts urge seniors to fuel up with high-quality protein, healthy fats, and slow-digesting carbohydrates in the morning, rather than sugary cereals, pastries, or skipping meals altogether. As we move through these signs, take note. You'll discover that longevity doesn't hinge on one grand gesture or complicated regimen. It's often little, everyday choices that make or break your future. So let's talk about sign number one, something that can be a subtle but extremely powerful predictor of your health and lifespan. Sign one, your walking speed. Multiple research initiatives, such as one from Harvard Medical School in 23, keep pointing to the same conclusion. Older adults who maintain a brisk walking pace have a better chance at living longer. This is because walking speed mirrors muscle strength, cardiovascular health, and overall resilience. Think about Mary, a 75-year-old in California who still manages a brisk 30-minute walk each morning. Her doctor says her heart is in excellent shape for her age, and she attributes much of it to staying active. On the flip side, we have George, also 75, who complains that walking from his kitchen to the living room leaves him winded. That difference isn't just about having more get up and go. It's a strong indicator of whether your body is aging slowly or rapidly. Studies consistently show that a walking speed of around 3 mph or more is beneficial. Yet many seniors shuffle at barely 2 mph. If that's you, it's time for a wake-up call. The remedy? Gradual exercise. Start by adding just 5 minutes of walking to your day, then build up. Some older adults use a walker or cane, which is fine, but the key is to walk more intentionally and push yourself safely. You might not turn into an Olympic sprinter overnight, but small, consistent efforts can make a noticeable impact on your endurance, heart health, and overall longevity. If you've noticed yourself slowing down significantly, don't shrug it off. Even a slight improvement in walking speed can add years to your life. Sign 2. Grip strength. This one might surprise you, but plenty of healthcare professionals regard your handshake strength as a direct window into your overall vitality. A strong grip suggests you still have good muscle mass, strong bones, and healthy circulation, all crucial as you age. An alarming 2024 study in the Annals of Geriatric Medicine showed that seniors with declining grip strength had a markedly higher risk of frailty, mobility issues, and even an earlier mortality. Consider Greg, 77, who recently realized opening a pickle jar felt like a battle. Sure, it's a mundane task, but it pointed to weakening arm muscles. His physiotherapist recommended he start using light resistance bands to rebuild upper body strength. Within weeks, Greg noticed not only that jars opened more easily, but also that everyday tasks like carrying groceries and lifting his grandchildren felt less burdensome. That's the power of improving grip strength. Simple exercises, such as squeezing a foam stress ball or using specialized hand grippers, can help maintain and rebuild crucial muscle mass. Overlooking this sign is an easy mistake that can lead to a downward spiral of weakness and frailty. Don't let it happen to you. Sign 3. Balance on one leg. If you can't stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds, you may be at higher risk for falls and cognitive decline. A groundbreaking 2023 report from the Mayo Clinic emphasized that balance tests might predict not only muscle and bone health, but also early neurological changes. Falling is the leading cause of accidental injury in older adults, and it often initiates a devastating cascade: hip fractures, long hospital stays, loss of independence, and sometimes even life-threatening complications. Susan, 74, had never given her balance a second thought. Then she tripped in her living room and ended up with a fracture that took 6 weeks to heal. Determined to avoid a repeat incident, she began daily balance exercises like Tai Chi and yoga. Within 2 months, she noticed an improvement in her steadiness. "I can do my groceries without clinging to the cart for dear life," she jokes. But it's no laughing matter. Her improved balance may very well have saved her from a potentially fatal future fall. Balance can be improved at any age. Simple exercises, like alternating standing on each foot while brushing your teeth, can help you gauge your stability daily. It seems small, but it's precisely these minor actions that keep you living confidently on your own 2 feet for longer. Sign 4. Sleep quality. If you're tossing and turning or waking up feeling more tired than when you went to bed, you're probably chipping away at your own lifespan. According to a 23 study featured in the New England Journal of Medicine, poor sleep in adults over 70 is tied to higher rates of heart disease, weaker immune function, and even faster cognitive decline. And it's not just about how many hours you log, it's the quality. Ever find yourself awake at 2 a.m., mind racing, unable to drift back to sleep? Chronic insomnia can spark inflammation throughout the body, raising the risk of problems like high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and even mental health challenges like depression. Dr. Elena Garrido, a sleep medicine specialist in Texas, warns that many older adults take sleep aids without fully understanding their side effects. She suggests first addressing lifestyle factors. Limit screens an hour before bed, avoid heavy or sugary meals late, ensure your bedroom is cool and dark, and try relaxation exercises. For John, 80, these small changes meant the difference between waking every 2 hours and sleeping a solid, uninterrupted 7 hours. He comments, "I didn't realize just how crucial decent sleep was until I finally got it. I feel 10 years younger." So if you're ignoring your restless nights, it's time to rethink your approach. Quality sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity that might add precious years to your life. Sign 5. Your appetite. Sudden disinterest in food or persistent trouble eating could be your body waving a giant red flag. According to the 24 WHO Global Nutrition and Aging Report, many seniors suffer from what's termed anorexia of aging, where appetite drastically decreases for various reasons: changes in taste, depression, or hormonal shifts. Betty, 76, from Florida, shared her experience after she noticed a decline in her appetite. She chalked it up to just not being hungry anymore, until blood tests revealed deficiencies in calcium, vitamin D, and protein. The results: muscle weakness, brittle nails, and constant fatigue. However, by consciously incorporating more nutrient-dense foods like salmon, avocados, beans, Greek yogurt, and leafy greens, she not only regained her appetite but also improved her energy levels. This transformation took about 3 months of mindful eating. She says, "It's night and day. I'm cooking for myself again, trying new recipes, and actually looking forward to meals." This underscores how essential healthy eating is for longevity. If you're skipping meals or surviving on coffee and crackers, you're practically begging for nutritional deficits that can accelerate health declines. Don't wait for your doctor to sound the alarm. Take charge of your nutrition today. Sign 6. Stress management. Chronic stress is like pouring acid on every system in your body. It can spike your blood pressure, weaken your immune responses, and make you more prone to heart attacks or strokes. A 2023 collaborative study by Johns Hopkins University found that older adults with prolonged stress had a significantly elevated risk of age-related diseases, from cardiovascular complications to neurodegenerative conditions. It's not that younger people are immune, but once you're over 70, your body isn't as adept at bouncing back. Linda, 73, learned this the hard way when her husband passed away suddenly. She spiraled into constant worry, struggling to pay bills, handle funeral arrangements, and navigate her new normal. The stress started manifesting physically. She developed arrhythmias, irregular heartbeats, had trouble sleeping, and even experienced panic attacks. After connecting with a grief support group and practicing daily meditation, Linda found a healthier way to cope. "I realized that carrying all that stress was literally wearing my body down," she recalls. If you're someone who easily gets overwhelmed by news headlines, financial worries, or family drama, it's time to adopt proven coping strategies. Yoga, brief walks in nature, talking with a trusted friend, or even professional counseling can drastically reduce stress. And that's not just about feeling better mentally. It's about extending your health span too. Sign 7. Social connections. Humans are social creatures, and isolation is deadly, especially for older adults. A comprehensive 2023 survey by the National Institute on Aging discovered that seniors with strong social networks had a 28 lower mortality rate over a 5-year period compared to those who were socially isolated. Why? Loneliness feeds into depression, cognitive decline, and even weakens your immune system. After her husband died, Claire, 78, from New York City, sank into loneliness. She rarely saw her grandchildren, her best friend had moved away, and she mostly stayed indoors watching TV. The turning point came when her neighbor convinced her to join a local gardening club. She initially resisted, but soon her life turned around. She made new friends, learned about plants, and found a renewed sense of purpose. Now, Claire says, "I can't wait for Wednesdays when we all meet. It feels like I have a reason to get up, get dressed, and show up for something I love." That sense of belonging can do wonders for your mental and physical health. If you've been withdrawn, consider simple steps. Call an old friend, volunteer at a local organization, or sign up for a community class. Social engagements can act as a buffer against all sorts of age-related problems, from depression to immunological decline. Don't underestimate the power of a good conversation or a shared laugh. Now, let's circle back to the question that kicked all of this off. Are you cutting your life short every morning? If you're over 70, it's critical to examine your habits right from the moment you wake up, because small daily decisions accumulate over time to either bolster your health or erode it. That sugary pastry and black coffee routine might seem harmless, but combined with a lack of morning movement, ignoring your balance exercises, and mentally stewing in stress, you could be setting a downward trajectory. If you want to extend your healthy years, experts like Dr. Julian Sanders, an age management specialist who contributed to the World Geriatric Health Summit, advise focusing on 3 morning musts. Hydrate with water before coffee, incorporate a protein-rich breakfast, think eggs, Greek yogurt, or a veggie omelette, and do some gentle stretches or short walks to prime your body. These seemingly minor steps can shift your entire day and eventually your entire future towards a better path. Let's highlight a real-life testimonial. Ron, 71, from Texas, spent decades rolling out of bed and heading straight for a cigarette and sugary coffee. His energy would crash by noon, and doctors warned he was barreling towards type 2 diabetes. After reading about the dangers of that very habit, he cut out the cigarette, replaced his sugary coffee with a smaller cup of black coffee plus a glass of water, and introduced a fiber and protein-packed breakfast of oatmeal with walnuts and berries. His doctor was floored by the improvements. Within 6 months, Ron's blood glucose levels normalized, and he reported having more stamina throughout the day. "Never thought changing my morning routine could help me dodge diabetes," he says. This is one small example out of thousands, but it underscores how your mornings matter. Before we wrap up, let's not forget the bigger picture. Your future isn't set in stone, but it does depend on consistent choices. The 7 signs: walking speed, grip strength, balance, sleep patterns, appetite, stress management, and social connections are like signals on a roadmap. If you ignore them, you risk veering down a dangerous path. But if you heed these signs and make changes, no matter how small, you can significantly alter the course of your health and longevity. Maybe you need to add more protein to your morning or your diet overall. Perhaps you need to pick up the phone and reconnect with an old friend. Or maybe it's time to see a physical therapist about your balance, or invest in a new mattress to improve your sleep. Each step might seem trivial, but trust me, it's the everyday, cumulative effect that ultimately determines how you'll spend your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Now, if you're still reading and nodding along, I want you to do one last thing. Ask yourself, what's the single biggest change I can make to protect my health today? Maybe it's powering up your mornings with a nutrient-rich breakfast. Maybe it's cutting out refined sugar as soon as you wake up. Maybe it's joining a walking club or signing up for an online community if you're lonely. Whatever it is, promise yourself that you'll start this week. It's never too late. The science is clear. Seniors can still build muscle, sharpen their minds, and find joy in activities they once overlooked. Your later years can be a time of growth and fulfillment, not decline. If you found these insights helpful, let me know by commenting below. Share your experiences, your goals, or the changes you plan to implement. Better yet, talk about your morning routine, what it is now, and how you want to improve it. This channel is all about learning from each other, so don't hesitate to jump in with your own wisdom. And if you think someone else might benefit from this information, please hit that subscribe button, share this video, and help us spread the word. We need more seniors living life at its fullest potential. As a final reminder, these tips and findings come from some of the most recent studies in gerontology and senior health. But remember, you should always consult with your healthcare provider before making dramatic changes to your diet or exercise routine. Everyone's situation is unique, and there could be underlying conditions that require special attention. That said, the general principles of balanced nutrition, daily movement, stress management, and social connection are near universal in their benefits. Thank you for sticking with me through this crucial conversation. We've covered morning habits, key predictors of longevity, expert opinions, and real-life success stories. The bottom line is that if you're over 70 and doing certain detrimental activities first thing in the morning, you could be shaving off years of your life without even realizing it. Don't wait until a medical emergency to make a change. The time to adjust your habits is now, because every morning is another chance to set the tone for the rest of your day, and quite possibly the rest of your life. Make it count. So take this knowledge, apply it, and watch how your body responds. You might just be amazed at how much better you feel after a few weeks of intentional changes. Your journey to a longer, healthier life starts today, right now, as you read these words. Don't let another day slip by. You have the power to shape your future, and it all begins with the very first thing you do each morning. Take care, stay motivated, and here's to living not just longer, but better. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll dive even deeper into how to protect your mind and body as you age. Until then, remember, the choices you make every single morning matter more than you think.